Welcome to this explainer. I am so pumped you're joining me today because we're diving into something that is deeply personal and honestly completely transformative. Today, we're unpacking the wealth of a grateful heart. Now, we aren't just looking at dry data or charts today. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how we process our everyday reality and how we actually measure our own success.
So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever just stopped for a minute? Just 1 minute and looked at your life with pure gratitude? I want you to sit with that for a second. In our crazy, fast-paced, constantly plugged-in world, a single minute sounds like absolutely nothing, right? But taking just 1 minute for a quiet, deliberate reflection can literally change how you experience the rest of your entire day.
And that brings us to our first major concept. Part 1. Focus on what is missing. You see, every single day we have these completely normal dreams, right? We want a bigger house, a better car, a larger bank balance. And look, there is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting those things. But before you focus all your energy on what's missing, you've got to ground your present reality. You really have to take a moment to look at what is already right there in your hands.
So what exactly is in our hands right now? Well, let's look at the absolute fundamentals. You've got food on your table, a roof over your head, clean water to drink. You have people who love and care about you. Seriously, if you have these basic human needs met today, you are already incredibly blessed. You are, for sure, richer than you probably even realize.
Which leads us perfectly into our next section, Part 2, the power of perspective.
Because the truth is pretty stark. Millions of people lack those basic necessities we just rattled off. Entire families go to bed hungry every single night. People are sleeping on the streets with zero shelter, and others are struggling every day just to survive. Now, recognizing the intense struggles of folks without food or shelter, that isn't meant to guilt-trip you at all. It's exactly why the practice of gratitude is so incredibly powerful. It forces a massive, real-world reality check. Because here is the absolutely crucial point our source makes. Gratitude doesn't mean your life is perfect. It means you choose to appreciate your blessings, even while working toward a better future. It's an active, everyday choice. It doesn't mean you just throw in the towel on your goals, and it doesn't mean pretending everything is flawless. It's a dual mindset, appreciating today while you build for tomorrow. But there's a huge roadblock to this mindset, and it's our constant habit of comparison. And comparison, it just steals happiness. So instead of comparing yourself with those who have more money or this flashy lifestyle, you've got to reframe it. Shift your gaze. Remember those who have less. This one simple pivot immediately stops the theft of your happiness.
This brings us right to Part 3, redefining real wealth.
I want you to think about these 3 things. First, your health. So many people would give away absolutely everything they own just to feel healthy again. Next, your family. Some people would do literally anything to spend just one more day with the people they love. And finally, your opportunities. Even when life is brutally difficult, the mere fact that you have another day means you have another chance to grow, to improve, and to succeed.
So what is it really? Real wealth is peace of mind. It's good health. It's a loving family. And it's waking up every single morning with hope. Now, money is important. We all know that. But it certainly isn't everything. This perspective strips away all the superficial stuff and leaves us with what actually sustains us.
Because if you only chase money without appreciating life, you are never going to feel satisfied. Why? Well, it's a universal truth. There will always be someone who has more than you and always someone who has less. If your happiness depends entirely on what you don't have, that finish line is just going to keep moving on you.
So how do we fix this? Let's get practical and move to Part 4, the daily gratitude habit.
It all starts with one simple but totally crucial question. What am I thankful for today? Asking yourself this every morning right before you dive into your routine acts as a sort of mental trigger. It actively intercepts that default human tendency to just focus on the negative.
And look, if you're struggling to answer it right away, here are some grounded examples from the text to use as starting points. Maybe it's your family, your health, your job. Or maybe it's simply the chance to start again. You don't need to overcomplicate the whole shebang. Just pick one of these and anchor your morning to it.
When you make this a daily habit, it's wild what happens. You undergo a clear transformation. First off, you complain less. Second, you just naturally smile more. Third, you start to feel way more peaceful internally. And finally, you actually begin to enjoy life rather than constantly running on that treadmill chasing the next big thing.
It ultimately comes down to this core idea. Happiness is not about having everything. Happiness is about appreciating everything you already have. This completely flips the standard formula for success right upside down.
So we need to put this into action, guys. Stop complaining about what is missing and start celebrating what is present. Celebrate every meal. Celebrate every breath. Celebrate every opportunity. Let's bring some real energy to this. Every single day you wake up is a gift.
The happiest people out there are not the richest people. They are the people who wake up every day with grateful hearts. A grateful heart is described as one of the absolute greatest treasures anyone can possibly possess. It's a wealth that no market crash or bad day can ever take away from you.
So it's about finding that perfect balance. Take care of what you have, love the people around you, and work hard for your dreams. Notice that last part, work hard for your dreams. Being grateful doesn't mean you stop striving for more. It's the perfect harmony between appreciating the present and striving for the future.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today. And I want to leave you with one final, deeply provocative thought to carry into your day. Ask yourself, are you grateful for what you have today, knowing that someone, somewhere, is praying for the life you are already living? Think about that. Your normal, everyday life is someone else's absolute dream. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next explainer.